Good morning, afternoon, or evening, as the case may be in your part of the world. For those that don't know me, I'm Zen Archer. I've been watching a great series. I can only call it a series on here that Renato had started, saying he believes that this is a real world place out here. We're real people out here, and who are you? And I've been busy and haven't been able to get to it until now, but I love it. First of all, let me speak on the whole thing about the real life as opposed to the cyber life. The fact of the matter is that this thing that you're looking at right now, watching me, is nothing more than a fancified telephone. Fancified telephone. That's what I said. This isn't any different than many years ago when people would get pen pals and they would become friends through mail, regular postal mail. It wasn't any different than when people found out, learned about one another and started talking on the telephone. It isn't any different. It isn't any different than walking into any neighborhood bar and sitting down and striking up a conversation with the guy that's sitting next to you. It's not any different. It's not any different than walking into a coffee shop saying, "Hey, how's your day?" And is that seat taken? It's not any different. This glowing box is a window. That's the only thing that separates you and I. This glowing box gives us the ability to talk to not just the people that live next door or down the street, not just the people that go to your local Walmart or your local coffee shop. This box, this glass wall, gives you the ability to talk to people all over the world. People who have the same values as you do, who want the same things out of life, who dress the same way that you do, who bathe the same way that you do. People who have ideas and expressions that resonate with truth that you perhaps haven't heard. This allows people to communicate. And that's what this whole YouTube experience is all about. It's about communication. It's not that this is a different world. It's just that I connect with you in a different way. And, I can see the sunset in Hawaii, which is something that I may never do physically, but you can show it to me. I can see artists drawing pictures. There's a guy on here, a cartoonist, My External Life or My Extra Life. Diary of a Cartoonist is the series that he does here at YouTube. And it's great, because I like to draw. And I get stuff from him, I draw stuff and I play with stuff too. Always have enjoyed drawing. And it's a good thing. He shares that with me. It doesn't cost me anything. He does it free. It's good advertisement for him. And it's enjoyable. I have other friends that tell me jokes and tell me about their life and where they live and show me sites that I may not have an opportunity to see again. And I do it through this window. And that's all this is a window. It's just a fancy telephone. But it's a telephone that lets me touch, feel, and taste the world that you live in places that I haven't been. It's a venue that allows me to talk to people everywhere in the world with a 10-minute video. It allows me to stand up and be an individual and share my life with you, to be open and honest and unfearful, and say to you, this is me, this is where I live, this is what it's like here, and let you see a difference of opinion, a different perspective, and a different place that you may not have ever seen before. Real world? Welcome to the real world. Because this is every bit as much a real world as it is outside that box. Now, it's true that we all have responsibilities and things that we have to do that does not require sitting in front of the computer. But imagine what this computer has given you. You want to know what a word means? Google it. You want to know where an address is? Go to Yahoo Maps. You want to know about anything in the world, You can do a search for it and find it. All of the resources have been placed at your fingertips. Why in the world wouldn't you sit at the desk and use it? And more than that, all the other people who share their lives, who share their personality with you, who share a laugh and also cry, are out here, just like you are, connecting, communing, and living. Not only in the world outside the box, but here with you. And you get a chance to see into their private lives. And I think that's a great thing. Now, who am I? That is a loaded question. I'm a guy who grew up here in the northeastern part of Ohio. Went to high school and took drafting and parked cars for a living at that time. Moved out of my house at 18 years old and never moved back. Someone who married at almost 20, I think I was 22 when I actually got married, and had a wife and 4 great children. In that time, I learned to deal with computers. I learned how to program them. I learned how to network them. I learned what to do with them, and I loved it. It became a huge part of my life. Although I was doing other things. I've delivered pizza and I've made an arrest or two. I've worked with police departments, and I've worked with a governor's office, or I'm sorry, not a governor, a congressman's office. And I'm a guy that's been there, done that. Most of my life I was a 3-piece suit kind of guy. I always was a white-collar worker. Most of my adult life I was a white-collar worker. Wore a suit and tie most of the time. Now, many of you see me now with the cowboy hat and the shirt off because that's how I'm comfortable. You see me smoking because I like to smoke. That's me. You're seeing me in a relaxed environment in which I am not really working. And I think if anybody has a problem with what I do, it's because they realize, they recognize that I have found a way to do something that I love, make a living at doing it, and it appears easy to them. My father taught me that. Never let them see you sweat. Always do it with a smile on your face and never let them really know. Well, that's what I do. I work right here at this computer. I run 3 online businesses. I'm a full-time caregiver for my mother, and I have other irons in the fire. In fact, very shortly, I will be announcing the outcome of those 3 offers that I got. Real life offers. Real paychecks. So who am I? I'm a guy like you. I've got a few talents. I'm still working on. I like to play music, I like to draw, and I like to be on YouTube. And I like to see you, and I'm happy that you like to see me. I try to be as helpful as I can in any way. And one of the ways that I do that here on YouTube is to tell you about a philosophy that works for me. I don't say I'm a role model. I'm not trying to be a guru. I'm not starting a religion. All I'm doing is saying, this works for me. It makes me happy. And I think that shows in my videos. And if these things that I do made me happy, perhaps, just maybe, some of them will also work for you. And that's why I put it out here. Because I actually have a caring part of me that would like to see you have a little less stressful life. And I know that in doing that, and if you do have a less stressful life, then you will do the same thing I'm doing for others that are around you. And in doing that, we all make the world a better place. So, I'm Zen Archer. I'm also Raven Pose, as someone pointed out. That's me. It's who I am. And I put my life out here for your examination. Think of it what you will. Say what you will. But there's one thing that you cannot say about me, and that's that I'm not completely honest. I tell you all about myself, my education, my religious feelings, my philosophies, and I leave it to you to decide what you think. So that's who I am. Until next time, I'd like to say to you all, be well, and Renato, thank you so much for putting up the Who Are You? because it gave me an opportunity to learn more about the people that I'm having contact with, and it gave me the opportunity to tell you about me. Until next time, be well.